What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim, back with another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about X018. Now, before we begin, I know it's a few days late, life happens, but I'm here with you now. I also want you to pay special attention to how the camera looks and how I sound. I have finally jumped ship from the Android camp to the iPhone camp, and I'm recording it today with my iPhone XS. So this will be a test run kind of for me and for you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But enough of that. Let's get into the good stuff. Let's talk about X018. Now, stakes for this event were very, very high. There have been XOs way in the past, but it's been quite some time. People weren't sure why Microsoft was doing this. People weren't sure what caliber of announcements to expect. And I gotta say I was pleasantly surprised. Now, I had seen a lot of stuff online talking about all the great things that they were gonna release, potentially new console information, a new Elite controller, new payment plans. I heard that they were gonna come out with another leasing, like a more aggressive leasing system for the Xbox One X rent-to-own system. I heard all types of rumors and speculations. One of the best ones was Crackdown was coming out that day. It was a phantom release, but none of that turned out to be true. But my expectations were, I guess, mixed going into it, but I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. So the show really morphed into we're gonna announce things for Game Pass. There were some other leaks in there, I say leaks, other pieces of news in there. Sea of Thieves is gonna be getting an update. State of Decay is going to be getting an update. But these aren't things that are radical or new. These are things that you would normally expect to see on the run-of-the-mill inside Xbox shows. So what really was going to distinguish this particular show from all the other inside Xbox shows? Well, the format, obviously still live, but being in front of a live crowd definitely helped. And the crowd, I think, really sold this event to people who might have been skeptical, because it was hard not to get wound up as the crowd lost their minds for nearly every announcement. Now, there has been some discussion as to whether or not the crowd could understand what the people were saying, because the crowd was largely people from Mexico. Maybe they didn't speak English, I don't know. They sure cheered an awful lot for stuff, but it really made me more hyped for the event, because as they yell and cheer, you just naturally smile because you're excited. The event really boiled down, though, into a what's what for Game Pass. And there were a litany of games that were announced, PUBG and Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice being among the two that I am most interested in. But there were quite a few other announcements, some games that aren't even out yet, some that are going to be a kind of early access development, like, hey, we have a rough beta, we're going to release it now, we'll fix it later. Lots of different games were announced. I don't even remember all of them because there were 16 of them. Some of them obviously much less memorable than others, but if you are a fan of the Xbox platform and you are a fan of Game Pass like I am, then I think you're going to really enjoy what this announcement was, and I think you're really going to have appreciated what you saw. Like I said, I know that I did. The only misstep I could say, and this is something that I'm still very curious about as both a console racer and now a PC master race / ultra-wide master racer, is that the Game Pass system really doesn't support a lot of PC-based games. There are some cross-play games like Gears of War and Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2, but there aren't really a lot. And if you look at the library that Game Pass has, these massive, massive amounts of games for the console, it's really confusing as to why we couldn't get the port of those on the PC. I prefer to play Sea of Thieves on my PC and Gears of War on my PC and State of Decay on my PC. One, because the specs are 50 times greater than the Xbox One X. That is an exaggeration. But it's easier for me to communicate with my friends on TeamSpeak, some of which are not in the Xbox ecosystem. So we're able to communicate in games outside the Xbox ecosphere. Xbox gets their cut of the profit, obviously, with Game Pass. I get to play with my other friends who aren't Xbox gamers. It's a win for me and for them, and really for everybody. But I don't know why that Xbox hasn't really ventured more into the PC genre. And I was hoping that with all of these announcements, we would start to see more of that. But unfortunately, today was not that day. I hope that by E3 or sooner, Microsoft is able to draw back the curtain on a much larger library for PC games. And I'll tell you that I would gladly pay additional money if the library was even greater for both console and PC, or if it was tiered where they're like, here's a console version only, here's a PC version only, or you can pay a little bit more for both. I would totally do that because I do play a lot of games. So with that, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to jump into some games. Expect some reviews from me for the next week or so. I have a big Fallout unboxing coming up later in the week. I cannot wait to check this thing out. Outside of that, it's going to be a lot of Game Pass reviews as I slowly try to figure out the nuances of editing on my camera and merging in some Mixer gameplay footage. So that'll be fun to look forward to. But hope you guys enjoy the video.